Hello friends, foes, and other watchers on the internet. My name is Matt, you're watching Hogwash Gaming, and today we are going to be making a Teifling or Tiefling, however you want to call it. He's going to be a ranger. And this character is going to be pretty interesting because he's going with the background that I love the most, charlatan. Now, charlatan is one of those things where it actually, in my opinion at least, takes precedence over the actual class because I'm all about the story. Role playing. Charlatan is the most versatile in my opinion because you are constantly able to just con people. That's your game. So it's almost a subclass in itself, which I really enjoy. But yeah, so I've set up everything that I think would make a good ranger here. Strength was a little low, but I had to put it somewhere, and really, a ranger needs a good perception check, so I didn't want to inhibit his wisdom any. Yeah, the charisma and intelligence are only that high because of the Teifling's bonus, which is a +2 to charisma and a +1 to intelligence. I wanted to keep them relatively high, but dexterity was my top priority because he's gonna have to fight sometime. So, what do we got here? First off, let's start with the charlatan. Now, the charlatan automatically gives us a bonus in deception and sleight of hand, so let's do that real quick. Sleight of hand there. Cool, and then disguise kit and forgery kit. I'm gonna misspell this, but who cares? D-U-I-G-U-I-S-E. Disguise, 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 disguise. That looks right. And spell check agrees with me. Alright. And forgery. That's wrong. Yeah, it's late, guys. I've been writing all day. Let me see. Forgery. Oh, I forgot the R. Whew. Oh, well. Thanks for subscribing. You were totally getting your money's worth. I'm just gonna do kits here. Nice. And then since he's well, we'll get to the ranger thing. And give him fine clothes. And disguise kit. G-D-I-S-G-U-I-S-E. Yep. Kit. So he'll come with a costume, preferably like of someone of great importance, which, you know, the disguise kit might actually be incorporated into the fine clothes, which would be fun. Alright, so let's take a look here. Oh yeah, signet ring. Ring of Imaginary Duke. That'll give us some leeway in the purchasing of things. Okay, so basically my main con, and I'll put it up here with my personality traits. The trait is I have a joke for every occasion. Yeah, so I already filled that out in my cheat sheets here. And also, main con is he gets into people's lives and then collects their fortunes. So a quicker way to say that would be oh, let me see, what is it called? When you, man, it is late. Okay, what is that called? It starts with an I. I'll go with ideals while I think about that. Never con the same way twice. Yeah, twice. Alright. Inheritance, that's what it is. Gain inheritance. Yeah, we'll just... Inheritance, there we go. That are not mine. Alright, so it's probably longer than saying insinuate my way into people's lives and take their fortunes. But it sounds smarter. Okay, bond. I rolled up that he has a child out there that he doesn't know about that. And he's trying to make the world a better place for him, which seems really lame. Well, not lame, but I don't know if I like it. I'll think about that later. And the flaws. I don't think that anyone can con me like I con others. Alright. Bonds. I didn't really come with an alignment with this guy. I would say chaotic neutral. CN. Alright, and with that, his bond would be oh, we'll think about that. We'll think about that. Alright, so what do we got here? We have everything from the charlatan background, except for bonds, and we'll figure that out later. Maybe I'll just leave it for you to come up with in the comments below. Make you work for your keep. Alright, so what do Teiflings get? We've already done the intelligence and charisma thing. They get 30 feet of movement. Superior dark vision. Alright. Resistance to fire. And because we went with the Teifling background from Mordenkainen's Guide, that's right, we dipped into that, he's going to be an offspring of the devil Mammon, which is a greed kind of thing, which kind of fits with his charlatan background. So, so instead of having, I think it's something rebuke, infernal rebuke or something like that, he has mage hand instead, which I think is pretty cool, especially for someone who steals money. So mage hand, yeah, perfect. I can pick some pockets. All right. He is also familiar with. Okay, so we'll do languages. Common and infernal. All right. And that's pretty much all I have for Teiflings. Not super complicated. Next cheat sheet, we've got Ranger. Now, their hit points are 10 plus the Constitution bonus, so that's 11. Cool. Leather armor, which I will have to look up really quick. That shouldn't be in my attacks. Let's cut and paste that bad boy. Alright. Proficient in strength and dexterity saving throws. Proficiency bonus at level 1 is... Oops. Come on. 2. Cool. And down here, weapons. Oh, I'm just gonna say that instead of simple and martial, because really it doesn't make a difference. If you know both of them, then you're familiar with all weapons, because as far as I know, there's no proficiency for like siege weapons or something like that. So I'm just gonna do all weapons, and and we'll do the same thing with armor. There we go. He's also proficient in perception. There we go. Insight. And stealth. Figured those were all really good things for a ranger. And rangers get the 3 things that they're proficient in, which is nice. Okay, favorite enemies. I'm gonna have his favorite enemy be a fiend. Favored enemy. Fiend. Alright, and favored terrain would be, wait for it, Underdark. What can I say? It's one of those things where, you know, if he's from there, he'd be good at traveling there. And I couldn't think of like one specific terrain in the overworld that he would be better at. So, alright, so we gave him leather armor, and we gave him a spear. Alright, and a hand axe. And a longbow. Alright, and I'm gonna have to look all those up. And arrows. And I'm just gonna leave some parentheses so you can write it in, so you don't have to yeah, figure that out. Alright, and the Dungeoneer pack we'll put down here. Alright, and Dungeoneer isn't a word, so no matter how I spell it, it's not gonna be great. Okay. From what I can gather, hit points. Oh, his AC. That would be useful to write down. But I didn't have that up. Temporary hit dice, I think, is a D10, but let me just check. Alright, the player's handbook right here. I've been running a lot of games recently. Maybe I'll tell stories about them. Who knows? Okay, so there was Rogue there. So Ranger's here. Yep, hit dice is 1d10. Pretty good. Alright. Armor class. Let's go into armor. Leather is 11 plus your dex. And that's what I figured, so it's 13. Not great, but for a level 1, that's not bad either. Alright, initiative is a +2. Cool. Alright, now let's look at these weapons. Let's get their thing. Let me see. Now, a spear typically is 1d6. Let me see. Attack bonus. Strength plus, so that's a +1. Not great. And that would be 1d6 +1. Now, if he throws it, it's going to be a different story, but we're just going to go with this for now. Hand axe does not have finesse, so that too is a 1. That's a +1. 1d6. Let's stay consistent, Matt. Stay consistent. Alright, and longbow, which he'll probably be using more often, is +4, I believe. Yep. And the thing on that is a 1d8. 1d8 +2. Alright. So not bad, not bad. Spear can be thrown. I'm just not typing R's today. Thrown weapons, I will say +4. And then let me see if this will allow me to make this symbol. There we go. X dx +2. There we go. So that's my formula for thrown weapons. Alright, so we have that. Now I guess we can start messing around with these numbers. Passive perception is 10. Oh wait, no. Passive wisdom, perception. Would that be from here? I think it's pure wisdom. Alright, well anyway. Let's just go from here. Strength is a +1. Dexterity is +4. So he'll be hard to hit. Constitution +1. Intelligence +2. And I know this is the most exciting part of this whole thing. And +2. Alright. Now let's get into the... And you know what? I'm just going to copy +2 because we're going to use it a lot. That's a 0. So +2. It's a -1. Deception is +4. History is +2. Insight is +2. Intimidation is +2. Investigation +2. Medicine 0. Nature +2. Perception +2. Okay, that's right. +2, +2, +2, +4, +4, and 0. Cool. So yeah, he's got a lot of +2s in there, which is a really good thing. I mean, 2, 2, and 2. I mean, that's not a bad setup. All right. I'm sure I'm missing something. I could do a quick lookup on passive wisdom, if that's indicated by the wisdom, or if it gets the perception bonus. Okay, so this he's proficient in this, so it would be a 12. Alright, that's what I thought, but I didn't want to do that wrong. Okay, so finishing up this character, level 1 ranger, doesn't have a ton going for him. Let me see, but he's a charlatan, so his bonds are maybe he was the cause of someone's death. Yeah, and that haunts him. One of my cons led to someone being murdered, and his memory haunts me to this day. So, yeah. Someone. There we go. Alright, so basically what happened is this guy was running a con. It went south, and he escaped scot-free. Everything's good, everything's great. But one of the people that he conned was framed for like a murder or something, and so he was executed or something like that. And so, you know, he's chaotic neutral. He doesn't really, you know, he doesn't really have like a moral like I've got to do good all the time, but that doesn't mean that he's impervious to feeling the effects of what happened because of his actions. So this bond is more or less like this like double take every time he goes to do something that could cause someone to die, or you know, just the double take every time he takes a con job. You know, he's very good at it, but he's also guilty. So not necessarily running in through morals like, oh yes, I can't do this. It's no, he's still neutral. But you know, if you were responsible for someone dying, I don't think, if you're a well-adjusted person, that you would just brush that off. And people might say like, well, tieflings aren't exactly the most normal of people, and it's like, if you read about them, they're not exactly as evil as their ancestors or the ones that created them. So anyway, so that's Grensal, the Ranger. And yeah, I would really like to play this guy actually. Rangers aren't my favorite class. They don't do too well in the upper tiers, but with a bit of charlatan in there, I love playing charlatans. Love it. And he's got the charisma for charlatan. Yeah. So yeah, I probably missed something. I'm double checking, triple checking, but every time I finish one of these things, it's like, missed it. But I got all that. He doesn't have any spells yet, so I'm not missing any of that except for Mage Hand, and I already wrote that down. Yeah. So, until next time, this is Hogwash, over and out. Hope you enjoyed.